You've only got one shot to make a first impression, and your pitch deck is usually the first real meaty thing that traditional investors get to see about your startup. But there are two huge mistakes people often make which can sink your chances of getting funding. In the next 5 minutes, I'll teach you how to make sure your pitch deck stands out and gets attention, so you can get the next meeting with your target investors. And right at the end, I'll give you the best trick to actually get the meeting. The biggest mistake people make about pitch decks is they don't understand what they are. Pitch decks are sales documents. They're like a brochure. That means that their job isn't to paint a complete picture of your startup. It's just there to do one single job: to get the investor curious enough to schedule a meeting. Pitch decks aren't there to get you funding. They're there to get you meetings. The second big mistake is people don't think enough about who will be reading the pitch deck. Investors in different fields can vary a lot. If you make a generic pitch deck that's supposed to be appealing to everyone, chances are it will be appealing to no one. NFT buyers are not the same as angels and are totally different from VCs. Next, here are 4 principles for creating your pitch deck. And if you keep watching, I'll also share with you all the essential slides you must have in there. The first principle is start with a wow. If there's something impressive or awesome about your startup or yourself, open with that. When people are wowed, they're more likely to spend the rest of the deck looking for reasons to like you. If you open with something boring, they'll spend the rest of their review time looking for reasons to say, no thanks. Unless you've used the trick I'm going to mention at the end of the video. You remember that, right? But even if you use that trick, try to open your deck with a wow slide. Next and related is avoid bad slides. That might seem obvious, but so many decks that I've seen have one of those overcomplicated slides with lots of text that is an instant turnoff. Especially these days, investors are busy and fickle. They're a lot like YouTube viewers, in fact. Basically, if you give them a chance to get distracted, they will, and they'll never come back. So it's better to omit a slide entirely than to make it too complicated. A third principle is less is more. Don't try to be complete. Remember, the purpose of the deck is to get a conversation. It's not a business plan. If the reader ends up with questions, great. So long as they have a good vibe from your deck, they'll probably get in touch for a chat and ask you those questions directly. And the fourth principle is it's okay, and in fact it's great, to be different and unique. Even though I'm about to give you a list of essential slides, if you feel like something else is better in your case, for your startup and your investor audience, do that and ignore the standard structure. There is no real standard, just what gets the job done. I mean, check out these various slides from pitch decks that did get the funding. What do you see in common with all of them? The answer is not a lot. They were each uniquely adapted to their circumstances. So with that disclaimer, what do you need in a pitch deck? Well, first you need a slide outlining what problem you're solving. Make it easy to understand and feel the pain point. Make it clear it's a big problem for those who have it and worth solving. Next, of course, you need a slide outlining your solution. You don't have to go into a lot of detail, but it absolutely must follow naturally from the problem. Next, most investors will want to hear about the market. Investors still expect a shot at massive returns, so the market should be huge. But make sure the TAM you point to is actually relevant to you. Anyone can throw big numbers around, and investors know how to see right through that. Especially in the case of NFT startups, you should include a slide about your business model. How are you going to make money? Make it believable. You probably need a slide about the competition too. Whether it's an XY plot or a table with checks and crosses, make it clear that you understand there is a market out there. Never ever declare yourself so unique that you have no competitors. That's a huge red flag. We're almost done. But there should also be a slide about who you are. Investors invest in founders first. Don't lie, but present yourself in a way that's relevant to the startup with the strengths you bring to the table. And finally, include a slide about where you are now. Have you launched? Have you got a hockey stick graph? Is there a prototype out? Paying users? Get that in there. Remember, the goal is not to say everything there is to say. It's to get that next meeting. Keep it simple.
Oh yeah, and that tip that will guarantee you the meeting. If you get a personal intro from someone the investor trusts, in my experience both as a founder and as an investor, they will almost always be willing to give you half an hour. Investors are people too, so they respond well to relationships. So get out there, get on Twitter, go to meetups, and build those relationships.
Of course, you can't make a winning pitch deck without a good idea. But what if you struggle to come up with those ideas? Check out this video I made earlier, which will solve that problem for you forever. GM and good luck.